Welcome, everyone, to the home of the War Chant, Osceola, Renegade, and the Florida State Seminoles, a place simply known to some as the Dope. All games might count the same, but some carry a little more juice. And when you get to this point in the season, a couple of teams in the top 10 fighting for their playoff lives and positioning, this one feels a little special. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Huskers will get us started with the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Line gets set, first down. Now on the option. Quick toss. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. And the Seminoles headed quickly to the line. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point in the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in the college football playoff.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking about it, more people are spreading it. So, obviously, to do it on this stage, it will go a long way to determine whether this team gets in the playoff.
The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
The Seminoles are on the move. The option look. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide out in motion. They've been running it, but now the pass. Hubs it downfield. He's got it. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And you really want your best player to be your quarterback, to be your leader. And he's been that all year long. Dude, he's in the top 10 passing in all of college football, and he's leading this team very much in the Heisman race. And guess what? Got a chance to end the year strong, make a statement, and go out and be maybe the best player in all of college football.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves them with 2nd and 11. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Great timing by the defense there. Obviously, the offense has the ball in the red zone, and you're trying to create a negative play to back them up. They do that with the sack, and if they're now going to try a field goal, it's going to be a little more work for the kicker.
Touchdown, no! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
I love the aggressive nature and the play calling there. In the opening drive of the game, you have an opportunity on 4th down, obviously, to just kick a field goal, take the lead early, establish some momentum. Instead, they get aggressive. They go for it, and not just get it, they score a touchdown.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Back to the ground game on the left. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. Gets rid of it. He's got his man. At the 45 on his way. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
The Huskers with the 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Going for it all. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Listen, guys, this is one of the top 10 passing offenses in the entire country. Maybe they're trying to catch the defense napping by going goal line and running the football. Not a lot of success on that last play. Hey, bud, get back to doing what you do best.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Looking for more room. Knocked down quickly after the pick, but that offense says thank you very much, and they'll have it at the 43.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them, and it fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and the ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll leave it with him. Makes his man miss. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Shakes off the defender. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Pocket starts to collapse. He's going to fire to the left. Wide open, he makes the catch. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
Black 24. Black 24. Green 2.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied at 7.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run the option. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles. He is such a dangerous weapon as a runner. It's almost as if it makes the defense tentative because they know the slightest of errors, and he's to the house.
No doubt about it. This is a guy that's going to hurt defenses throwing the football and running the ball as well. It stresses your defense in so many different ways. So this defensive coordinator now has got to find new ways to try and slow him down, contain him. You just got to get the ball out of his hands because when he's got it, man, he can kill you.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
First down for this offense. The snap sets up the throw. It's complete. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The Cornhuskers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this.
Brings it down on the right side. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure.
Going deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Got some room to run. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Going up top on first down. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Quickly to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And the Huskers will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the right. And the ball is picked off. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking to take a shot. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will he'll take the deep shot. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
This quarterback is so lucky that ball wasn't picked off. Of course, he threw a pick on the last drive, and this one the defender dropped. This quarterback's got to get his act together.
That last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got his man. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Huskers want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by the receiver there. Running.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The defense pounced on that. Now they're headed the other way.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out, and this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
What a fantastic play there from the linebacker position. You think about guys like Trev Alberts, Levante David, some of the Nebraska greats playing the linebacker spot. Those guys were able to run. And because of that, they could get to the quarterback when blitzing. This guy with his speed is a guy that they need to deploy time and time again, getting after the quarterback. He's got some wheels.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. The sure hands, it's Royer.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. On the option. He'll toss it. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Takes the easy completion. Headed to the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. And the Seminoles are flying down the field. On the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll try the run. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. This is a money play on 3rd and goal.
6-9-1, Gators score.
Running back goes in motion. Here comes the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now have got fourth down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal. You try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board, David.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
The kicker looks a little disappointed. He'll not come into the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 4. Going for 6. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
Complete to the right. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Nebraska. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness.
He's going for a big play downfield. And it's caught inside the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Man, this guy has had an amazing year all season long. He has stepped up and made plays for his team when they needed it most. And with that last completion, he's now crossed 4,000 yards passing for the year.
That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Trying to find his man on first down. Throws for the end zone. Picked off. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's McLeod. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. He's looking to throw it. Quick strike complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
I tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
To the air on first down. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Caught. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back he not only can just dump it off to, but can actually be dangerous as a receiver?
Agreed, Reese. It's not just check downs or screens or swing routes or flat routes. This guy...
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Quickly complete. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Caught over the middle. It's McDaniel. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
He wants to throw. Coming after him. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And I think if you're the head coach here, you've kind of got mixed reviews on your passing attack so far because, yes, you've thrown for a bunch of yards, and you've thrown a couple of touchdowns, but you've also given up 4 sacks now. Pass protection has not been great, even though they've got the lead in this game.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And the pass hits, picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. The 20. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
What an amazing play by the defense. Not only do you get the interception, but you completely flip the field. And how about the open field running by that guy once he made the pick?
Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
They lost ground on first down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, no! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up in that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. He just weren't able to come down with that one.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Another sack on the day. This offense has to do something different. Maybe bring in more bodies, run max protection, keep more guys in the block, only send a couple guys out to run pass patterns. You got to do something different. But bottom line, you got to protect that QB.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
4th down, and they've got to get it to the next time zone, but the offense is going to stay on the field on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Trying to make magic with his feet. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves out.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Dumps it off in the flats. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile. He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that pass intercepted. Takes it the other way. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense, go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. He'll pull it down. Oh, the pirouette gets him loose. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years. Not always dual threats, sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie. And guys that maybe they weren't runners, but, man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better. And you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. And the Noles want to crank the tempo. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He's going to fire deep. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. The Noles are moving quickly down the field. The back goes in motion. Looking to move it through the air. Slips away. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
A loss of 4 yards on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Nebraska, 31. Florida State, 28.
First down to start the drive after the break. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
They'll run the option. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive.
Black 24. Black Gaucho.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on 4th down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game.
And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. Line getting set on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's going to run it.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On 3rd down, going up top. Zings it complete to the right. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the 1st down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. They're working that left side. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Feeling some hit. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
Dude, you're in such a great position. You got the lead. Clock's winding down. I got to put some drives together. The last thing I can do is give the ball back to the other team. Horrible fumble. Big-time costly mistake.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together.
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
I tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Can't get him to the ground. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Right back to the well. At the 35, he's open. Ripping through the defense. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. To the ground with the back. Give him 6 on the play. They'll mark it at the 9.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the 1st down.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Give to the running back. Squeezes ahead for a couple. They'll get it out to the 9.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Holds it in on the left. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Throws a nice completion there for a 1st down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Motion trying to get the defense to show on the right. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. They're going back to the ground. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Kick the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on 3rd down, and life is much better. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a 1st down there in plus territory, and now threatening to get the score. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the 1st down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they are going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the 4th quarter, 1-possession games. QB drops back and makes these 1st downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
He'll ride his man on the option. Just plowing down the field. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? On the ground. Touchdown Seminoles. And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. back to work on offense. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Wants to throw on first down. He's ready to take a shot. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Taking it the other way. And he's going to go down as time has run out. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us from here for Jesse Paul.